Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Getting ready for that big sports coach interview. Well, you're in the right place.
Absolutely. We're going to break down those tough interview questions and give you the tools to really stand out from the crowd.
We've got some really great insights to share with you today, especially using this cool platform, RoleCatcher. It's like AI-powered interview prep.
It's amazing. Think of it as your secret weapon for acing those interviews.
Right. So you're going into this interview, you're prepared, right? You've probably got your outfit all picked out, your resume's polished. But have you really thought about those curveball questions they might throw your way?
Because let's be real, it can get pretty nerve-wracking in there.
Oh, for sure. But that's what we're here for, to help you feel confident and ready for anything. Let's jump into some common questions they love to ask in these sports coach interviews.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so first up is the classic. Tell us about your experience. Seems simple enough, right? But it's actually a golden opportunity.
It's your chance to really tell your coaching story. Don't just list off your past roles. Make it personal.
So instead of saying, I coached a team for 3 years, it's more like,
I took a team that hadn't won a game in 2 seasons and we made it to the playoffs.
yes,
Yeah.
show them what you're made of and how you've actually made a difference. And I think that's where RoleCatcher comes in handy.
Absolutely. It can actually analyze the job description and tell you which experiences to focus on.
Whoa, okay, so it's like having a personal recruiter in your back pocket.
Exactly. Pretty cool, right?
That's wild. All right, next question. How do you motivate your athletes? Everyone says things like hard work and determination. What else is there?
It's about digging deeper than those generic answers. You've got to connect with athletes on a psychological level. Understand their motivations, their fears, their dreams.
It's like you're not just their coach, you're their mentor.
Right. You have to guide them, not just tell them what to do. RoleCatcher actually has this section on functions and core abilities.
Oh, tell me more about that.
It highlights these key skills, like persuasion and social perceptiveness. These are crucial for any coach, and they're exactly what interviewers want to hear.
So instead of just giving a pep talk, you could talk about.
Maybe you used video analysis to help an athlete visualize their progress, and that boosted their confidence.
Which, by the way, is something you can find more info on in RoleCatcher's career guide. See, we're giving you all the tools.
Absolutely. Okay, ready for another question?
Hit me.
All right, how do you handle conflict within a team? Because, let's face it, conflict is inevitable.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Happens on every team. The important thing is how you deal with it.
Exactly. It's about showing you can turn that friction into a learning experience.
And RoleCatcher's got your back again, right?
You know it. They've got a whole section on teamwork principles. It's all about fostering those positive dynamics within a team.
So instead of just breaking up a fight, you could talk about a time you...
Helped 2 players communicate better and resolve their issues together. That shows real leadership.
It's about empowering them to find their own solutions, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's awesome. Love it. This has been super helpful already. So we're talking about conflict resolution, teamwork, really important stuff. But then there's the whole training side of things, right?
Yeah.
Like, how do you actually go about developing those programs for your athletes?
Yeah, that's a big one. And interviewers will definitely ask about it. They want to know you're not just winging it on the field.
Right, right. So it's not enough to just say, oh, I use drills. You got to be more specific.
Exactly. Think about it like this. Every athlete is different. They have different strengths, different weaknesses, different goals.
So it's got to be personalized, right?
Really?
Just like how RoleCatcher helps you tailor your resume.
Exactly. You wouldn't use the same training program for a marathon runner as you would for a sprinter, would you?
Definitely not.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes total sense. So how do you actually show that you understand this whole personalized approach?
Well, you could talk about a time when you had to adapt your coaching style for a specific athlete.
Oh, I like that. Like maybe you had a player who was really struggling with their confidence.
Yeah, or maybe you had an athlete who was super analytical and responded better to data-driven feedback.
That's a good point. Not everyone learns the same way. Some people need that visual representation, others need to feel it, you know?
Absolutely. And RoleCatcher can actually help you shape those stories for maximum impact.
It's like having a storytelling coach in your back pocket. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered motivation, conflict, training.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, safety. That's a big one.
Huge. And it's not just about knowing the rules and having your first aid certifications, although those are obviously important.
Of course, got to be prepared for anything.
Yeah.
But it's more about creating that culture of safety.
Exactly. You want to show that you're proactive about preventing injuries, not just reacting to them.
So you could talk about how you, I don't know, maybe you have a specific warm-up routine that you're really strict about.
Yeah, or maybe you emphasize proper equipment fitting, or you have a system for monitoring athletes for signs of fatigue. It's all about those little details.
It's about showing that you care about their well-being, not just their performance.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're on a roll here. Let's tackle another one. How about this? How do you handle athletes who are resistant to your coaching methods?
Ah, yes. That's a tough one. Because not every athlete is going to embrace your approach right away.
For sure. They might have their own ideas, their own ways of doing things,
Right, and it's important to approach those situations with empathy and understanding.
because resistance doesn't always mean defiance.
Exactly. It could stem from fear, insecurity, even a lack of understanding.
That's so true. And this is where those communication skills come in handy, right?
100%. Active listening, building rapport, those are crucial for overcoming resistance.
It's about getting to the root of the issue, figuring out why they're pushing back.
Exactly. Maybe they just need a different explanation or a little more individual attention.
It's about finding that common ground.
Absolutely. Okay, ready for another one?
Hit me.
All right, let's talk time management. Because let's be real, coaching is a juggling act, especially when you've got multiple teams or athletes.
Ooh, tell me about it. Practices, games, meetings. It's a lot to keep track of. So how do you answer that in an interview? What do they want to know?
They want to see that you're organized, efficient, and that you can handle the pressure.
Makes sense. So it's not just about saying, I'm good at time management. You got to back it up with.
Examples, talk about how you prioritize tasks, how you delegate effectively. Maybe you use technology to your advantage.
Oh, yeah. Like a shared online calendar or a
Yeah.
messaging app to keep everyone in the loop.
Exactly. RoleCatcher actually emphasizes time management as a key skill.
Which makes sense because it's crucial for any leadership role, really.
100%.
Okay, I think we've got time for one more question, and I'm saving the toughest for last.
Oh boy, here we go.
Can you tell us about a time you had to make a difficult decision as a coach?
Ooh, that's a heavy one.
Yeah, this isn't just about strategy anymore. This is about ethics, integrity, those tough calls that really test you as a person.
It's about showing that you can make those tough decisions with fairness and compassion.
So how do you even begin to answer a question like that?
Be honest. Be authentic. Think about a situation that challenged you ethically. Maybe you had to discipline a star player even though it meant risking a loss.
Wow, yeah, that's a tough one. But it shows real character, putting those values first.
Exactly. And that's what interviewers want to see. They want to know that you're not just a good coach, but a good person.
Absolutely. Wow, we've covered a lot of ground today. From motivation and conflict resolution to time management and ethical decision-making. You ready to go ace those interviews?
I think so. Remember, use these tips, practice your answers, and don't forget about RoleCatcher.
Seriously, that platform is a game changer. It's like having a personal interview coach right at your fingertips.
And remember, the most important thing is to be yourself. Let your passion shine through, and those interviewers will see the amazing coach you truly are.
Beautifully said. All right, everyone, that's it for this deep dive. Best of luck with those interviews. We're rooting for you.